And that's going to take us to the next fight. We're going to stick with the zone, but this was a homecoming fight for Jaron Ennis there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, Jaron made his debut at 154 pounds, and he fought Uisma Lima. Now, Lima was making his U.S. debut. He's fought in 6 countries before this, never fought in the United States. And after this one, I don't know if he wants to come back. Ennis, unbelievable performance. He did not waste any time. Obviously, it was a first-round knockout, 3 knockdowns that led to the stoppage. Before we get into that, bud, I just want to say it again. As you always say in the movie, analyze this. You're good, you.
You got a gift, my friend.
You're good, you. You nailed it. You nailed it again. Not only did you give the community at the ropes the winner, not Ennis at minus 325 by knockout, Ennis under 7.5 rounds at even money, or minus 110, just about even money. You told us exactly what punch would do it. The uppercut.
If Ennis gets inside and wants to be inside and puts punches together, I don't think there's any doubt he's going to catch some good, clean uppercuts or shots.
And that's what started it all. It was the uppercut. And he was never able to recover. And Ennis did what good fighters do. He finished him and didn't give him a chance to recover. He went to the body, put some combinations together, put him to the ground a few more times. In the end, gets the stoppage. Fantastic performance. Debuted at 154, a division that's heating up. He called out Virgil Ortiz after and some others. But I just want to hear your thoughts on the great performance and what you want to see moving forward from Boots Ennis.
Well, I pride myself in shooting it straight. So you do the same thing, and shooting it straight to the people. That's our job. That's our responsibility. I don't care who I'm friends with, not friends with, like, don't like. It doesn't matter. It's not going to sway how I'm going to say something. So I'll start right there and say it. Boots Ennis he's the real package. He's the full package. I've been saying this for a long time. It's no secret. And a lot of people see it, and they had their ups and downs about how they feel about him. But he's the full package. He can fight inside, outside. He can punch. He's got good hand speed. He's technically solid. His father does a good job. He's mentally right. He's got the amateur pedigree. He's the full package. But yeah, he had the right guy in front of him. And look, I'm not saying the guy was this, which if you're only listening, you're not watching, I'm putting my hand low. I'm not saying he's low level instead of real high level. I'm just saying that they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing when they picked this opponent in a way you still had to execute. You still have to have the goods. And Ennis has the goods. They have confidence in him. That's what showed. He was a big guy. He's moving up. Ennis was moving up to 154 the first time to go into those waters. And he was fighting a guy who's naturally bigger, been up to middleweight, been at junior middleweight for his whole career. So he's fighting a bigger guy, a strong guy. But they saw what I saw. Yeah, the guy was a game guy. He's only got 1 loss. But when I watched that tape of his loss, he lost to an undefeated fighter. The first thing I marked down, because I write everything down, I said, yes, he lost a competitive fight here. But the opponent, the undefeated opponent, is nowhere near the level of Ennis. He's nowhere near that level. So that's a little star to me. Teddy, don't forget that. He lost a competitive fight, but don't get crazy. He lost a competitive fight to an undefeated fighter, but he ain't Ennis. And then I saw what made me pick it. He gets hit, especially on the inside and close. But he gets hit. He stood up. He showed a lot of heart in that fight. But again, it was in a fight with a guy who was not Ennis. And one other thing. Yeah, he got hit, and he got hit with uppercuts. So I made a mark to myself. I said, you can't miss this guy with an uppercut. Now, the other guy hit him with an uppercut too, the fight that I watched. But he didn't follow up. He didn't put them together. Elite fighters, I'll say it again, elite fighters put them together. They finished the job. And then I said, wait a minute. Ennis puts them together. Ennis will therefore finish the job. He will hit him with the uppercut, just like this fighter did, but then he will put them together. He will not allow him, with all the heart he has and a decent chin, he will not allow him to survive. The speed, the level of Ennis will now take over and dominate. Sure enough, bang, bang. That's exactly what happened. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast. To be honest, I'd be a liar if I told you, yeah, I knew it was going to happen in the first round. I thought it would take a couple rounds. But it doesn't matter. What mattered was my reasoning, what I saw, why I made the pick. And that's how I make my picks. You gotta know, hopefully you know your vocation, you know your trade. You know what the hell you're dealing with. And after 50 years, like Customato would tell me, Teddy, if you don't know by now, go sell Italian ices across the street. Get out of here! All right, cuz, I ain't selling no Italian ices, all right? I'm staying right here. I don't train in fighters. I'm with you.
Yeah, that was unbelievable performance by Ennis. Unbelievable breakdown by you. And we're gonna get up the report like we said, so everybody could take a peek and take a look. The thing that surprised me, or maybe surprised Lima, I should say, is Ennis came out in the orthodox position, the orthodox stance. Right before he landed that big uppercut, which started it all, he switched to southpaw. You think that caught Lima off guard? Do you think that's what it was to set that up, or it was inevitable?
I think it helped. I think that's a good eye by you, a good pickup by you, a good catch by you, 100%. That's why I like having you here with me. You make me better. You make this show better. You do. You challenge me. You remind me of things. You call me on the carpet on things. You point things out that maybe I did, maybe I didn't see, maybe I should have seen, or maybe I saw but I forgot to mention. And, everybody needs a good partner. You're a good partner. Yeah, I think that, look, I always talk about distraction. You in the football, for NFL top scout, 15 years, director of scouting. What did they do? Misdirection plays. If you had a defense in front of you that was really fast, right? Really fast, what'd you do? You wanted to counter their speed. You wanted to find a way to neutralize their speed, to kind of flip it around on them. So what did you do? You ran a misdirection. You ran one way, whoa, bang, they went right after that, boom, you went back the other way, misdirection. We do the same thing in boxing. Misdirection, where just a little sleight of hand, just a little change, from orthodox to southpaw, whatever it happens, a little flick of the jab, so he looks at the jab, maybe you throw the jab off to the side, boom, and then you throw down the middle. Maybe you move your head to the left and then you throw the right hand to the right. Just something that diverts the opponent's attention where you can get that punch in clean. And that makes all the difference in the world. And again, who does that? The elite. The elite guys that separate themselves. Those are the things that separate them.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the whole division is on notice. I mean, he called out Virgil Ortiz. 154 is really heating up. I mean, Sebastian Fundora, Charlo's still floating around. We have the boogeyman, Bakram Mochazayev, right? Xander Zayas, a new champion. Virgil Ortiz, an interim champion. A lot of big fights for Boots. And I'm excited to see him versus any of those guys.
There's no free lunch in the junior middleweights. No free lunch. Put a sign up. Junior middleweight, no free lunch, baby. No free. Bring your own.